and welcome back to Chats with Meg. Today we're going to talk about not knowing everything and being open to learning from other people. I think the way in which I've progressed as an athlete when I was diving, and then also throughout my time as a bodybuilder, is through learning from other people. And when it comes to bodybuilding, I've never really changed my approach in the sense of training. Obviously, we all have our different approaches that we enjoy the most. Some of us like to kind of train more progressive overload. People prefer things like high volume. I'm not saying being open to trying new things if that's not something that you're going to enjoy, but obviously being open to ideas that might help flourish. I think you have to remember that you don't know everything, and Cuba always says, if you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, and I very much live by that. I think being able to be around great minds when it comes to being an actual athlete as a bodybuilder or being a coach, it's really helped to progress myself through being around those people. And that's not in a competitive sense, in that, oh, I want to be better than that person, but what can I learn from that person that either is going to make me a better coach or perhaps a worse coach, and learn not to do those things or to do those things. And I think you can apply that to everything in life. When you're in a work environment, when you're in a home environment, what's working and what's not. I think you have to go through a phase of looking at your own being, but then also learning from others to actually be able to progress. I think lots of people are scared to say that they don't know things. I know that I've been in an environment where people are scared to say that they don't know things. I quite like not knowing things and asking questions. It's like, if I'm ever in a room with somebody that knows more things than what I do about a certain subject that I obviously want to progress in, I will ask questions. I'll not sit there and nod along and act as if I know everything, because I don't. And I think that that's the way in which you cap yourself in terms of progression in everything in life. And if you adapt that as a bodybuilder, if you think that you know absolutely everything, you'll get to a point where you very much stagnate. It's why lots of people have coaches, so that they can learn from that coach in how to get better. That coach then also develops their knowledge of how their athletes can get better, and then that's how you get better as you work underneath someone else. So always see it as a chance, and you can create an ability to actually be able to improve upon through learning through other people. I think when it comes to bodybuilding, if you can learn from someone, like I said, you don't have to change your approach in regards to training, things like that, but when it comes to, is there a different way that we can approach nutrition that can possibly create a little bit of a better performance outcome? Can we approach prep in a slightly different way that's going to create a better outcome mentally and physically? And if you're able to be adaptable and change those things and they actually work, then you never know what might happen. You might come from being 10th in a show to coming first in a show, regardless of what level you're at. So always be open to learning, and that's the best thing that I've ever learned, and it's one thing that I've done ever since I was a child. I've listened to people that are better than me. I've tried things. If it's not worked, not done it again. If it has worked, continue to do it until I've learned something different that might make my process a little bit better. And I think that's the same when it comes to coaching. I might not know everything, but in time I'll get to a point where I know most things, and then I have to be able to progress and get better in other avenues. So I think that you can always be better, you can always do better, but the way in which that's going to happen is through learning from others and not knowing or not thinking that you know everything, because not everybody knows everything. And that's the beauty of life, being able to get up each day, learn something new, apply it, and just be better all the time.